Open up ship one. Now, here's something that I was going to do. It opens up in edit mode. And I was going to fix it, but I don't want to do that because I want you to do this with me, because this initially was just something I was playing around with and working on. And so I really hadn't figured out whether I was done or whatever. But if you want to go to the mirror modifier, go hit apply, but you can't because I applied this into object mode. So go into object mode. You're going to go right where it says mirror, going to go over here and you're going to hit apply. Now when you go back to edit mode, you can see it's applied. Now, adding color and trying to paint in here from a 2D artist standpoint, the only thing that I want to do is I want to just hit F12 and save that and then draw over it. And I'm done. And that's mostly what I do, right? But I do want to, as doing a lot more research for this, I slowly started to figure out that even from the last video, people really don't particularly like a lot of the things in Blender when it comes to UV editing and sculpting, or in UV editing, and they do like sculpting is pretty good, and texture painting and shading and all of that. So let's do this. Let's go into UV edit. And what we want to do is we want to unwrap this. Now, there are a few things that you can do to unwrap here, but I just want to show you just that part of unwrapping. So go ahead and press A for all. You see it gives us something over here. Well, it doesn't look very much like the ship, right? So you haven't really done anything. So you can go to UV, go up to UV, and then hit unwrap. Deselect it. Now hit A again. Wait, I'm sorry, and then hit. So, failed to solve. Okay, if you look down, it said failed to solve one of the edges. So something is going on with my edges to where it did not want to unwrap the just regular unwrap. There is a few other things we can try. So there's UV unwrap and there's smart UV project. So let's try that. Smart UV project. It's giving you an angle limit. It's giving you an island margin, an area weight, and we hit OK. And it's given us, and it unwrapped it. Now, if you are on like really low poly stuff or something like this, which I consider very low poly, then this might work, but it won't always work. Because that won't always work, then you may have to cut some seams. So let's do this. Let's go back. And the easiest way to do this, go to edge select mode. Make sure you're in edge select mode. And we are going to go to select, right? Go all the way down past select random and select sharp edges. So this selects all of these edges. And you see how they're kind of lighting up in this orangish color? So that means that we have all of these little edges selected here. And what we then can do is go over to UV, or you can right click and go down to mark seam and then deselect. Now you see all these little red lines right here. These are the seams in which are going to be in which you're going to unwrap your UV map with. So let's go over to UV editing again. We're going to hit A for all. Go up to UV, and then I'm going to hit unwrap again. And so now you see we got everything makes a little bit more sense here. I'm not quite sure. This might be flipped. But I'm not going to worry about that right this second. But you can look and see, off of this. Oh, the other thing to remember is right up here in the corner, right where it says UV selection mode, and it's got these little cube things, little squares. Squares, sorry. Select UV sync selection, and then you can select this, and it'll stay on. That's very helpful. So you have this unwrapped. And so now that you have this unwrapped, excuse me, sorry about that. So now that you have these unwrapped, and there's a few different ways that you can select things. You can select things through faces. You got to make sure that you're clicking onto these. So I also want to say that you can select things like that. And let's say we want to move this. So I'm just going to hit G for grab. I'm going to move this around. So each one of these separate things, these little separate pieces that are all together that we've unwrapped, you can hit G for grab. You can even hit S for scale. You can hit R for rotate. All right. So each one of these are called islands. And when we are, go back to select box. So if I took this off of here, if I took the UV sync selection off, there is a way. So if I go to A, this is vertex select. It lets you know. Right next to that is line or edge select. The next one is face select. And next to here is island select. So it's going to allow you to select the island. You can move that around, but it's kind of hard to grab a hold to this. And this is the skin that's surrounding your individual model. It hasn't gone anywhere. We're just we'll just hit this so that we know that this is there. So that is one of the ways that you can UV unwrap. That's the easiest way. And I also want to show you another way in the next video.